Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So judging by the title, I'm sure you know that this video is what no one tells you about chasing your dreams. It's just a few things that I didn't know myself and I wish someone kind of would have filled me in ahead of time. I've been on this journey of chasing my dreams for quite a while now. I've wanted to live in LA for about 6 years, and I mean since I was 18, and I wasn't able to move here until I was 23. So I've been on this journey for a while now. I'm actually 24 now, going on 25. So I had 7 things today I want to share with y'all, so let's just get right into it. Number 1, there is never the perfect time to move, so just grow a pair and do it. Be sure to include God and pray and stuff like that. You shouldn't just be like, oh my god, I want it so badly that I have to do it. But at the same time, you know, I waited 6 years. Or was it 6 years? 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I waited 6 years. So, yeah, there's never the perfect time to do anything. Or people always say there's never the perfect time to have a baby, and there's really never the perfect time to move away. So if you're trying to move away for your dreams or anything like that, to move to a bigger city, a smaller city, LA, New York, whatever it is, you know, if you've been putting it off, there's never the perfect time, so just do it. Number 2, this is something that I struggled with when I first came out here. It is okay that your friends in your hometown or your siblings or family members in your hometown do the same stuff every day, and they might go to the same bars every time with the same people every weekend. If that makes them happy, then that is perfectly okay, and that's fine. I had the biggest trouble with this whenever I first moved to LA. I would look back at certain people in my life and I would be like, what are you doing? Like, you need to follow your dreams. Like, why are you doing something and wasting your life, and you're so unhappy, and then you're with people that are just drama for you, and then you tell me the same stories all the time about the same drama. I'm like, doesn't that get old? But you know what? If that's what makes someone happy, then you have to accept it. I'm very much accepting of it now compared to when I first moved here, and I was just so frustrated all the time about it because I would hear about it all the time. But if this is what makes that person or your friends back home happy, that is totally okay, and you do you, boo. You do you. Number 3, it can get kind of lonely. It's hard because, at least in LA, it's really hard because it's hard to find really good people here. It took me at least 6 months to make somewhat good friends, other than my old roommate. What up, girl? You know who you are. I hope y'all didn't just hear that kid yell. I live outside a grocery store. Sorry. But yeah, it can get pretty lonely. I mean, you really don't want to spend time with people that are gonna backtrack your progress. You've already made it this far, you're already on your way to fulfilling your dreams. Whether that be you're in a new town, you don't want to spend time with shady or negative people. So many people, especially in LA, like to talk bad about each other and all kinds of nonsense, from the drugs and all kinds of stuff. Like, no, just get it out of your life. Like, you made it this far, you do not need to involve yourself with those kinds of people. Wait it out, whether you need to make phone calls home all the time. Just know that at the beginning is lonely. And if you're moving to LA also, give yourself 6 months and then a full year. 6 months, everyone told me this before I moved here, give yourself 6 months in the new town to just like grasp it and become financially stable if you're not already, and then give yourself a year to process the whole thing. After a year, if you don't like a full year, no cheating, after a full year, then go do whatever you want to do, but like, give yourself a chance. That might have been an additional tip, but that's okay. In addition to being lonely though, if you are in your hometown or the town you already live in that you want to stay in and pursue your dreams, also don't be spending time with people that are going to push you further away from your dreams. I know in my college town there was no way I could do what I want to do here, there. But as I was trying to pursue it a little bit there, I know spending time with people who wanted to party all the time and wanted to just go to the bar nonstop and all that jazz and fun stuff, that's great. I still like to go to the bar occasionally too, that's fine. But to be hanging out with people that their lives are revolved around that, it's just going to push you further away from your goals. Number 4, be protective over your ideas and your goals and your dreams. I know that back home they have a lot of different ideals and morals, so I know that if I were to go to talk to like my cousin, a specific cousin or a specific relative, they might not believe in the new age way of doing things. They believe in the 9-to-5 college, and there's nothing wrong with that. College is great. I went to college. I didn't graduate because I got sick, which is a whole other story. But you just need to be protective over your dreams and goals, because if you're in this vulnerable stage of like wanting to break out and break into doing your goals, and you have someone telling you, oh, that's stupid, like over and over again, that's going to have an effect on you, a negative effect on you. So, just journal it, tell it to a close friend that doesn't judge you, and things like that, because I know if I would have listened to all of the people telling me not to move to LA, telling me not to do what I want to do, I would be very unhappy at my house in my hometown still. And it was just, not pleasant. Number 5. So these are 2 books that I recommend getting your hands on. One is, this is Steal Like an Artist. It's like tiny, it's like a really short read, and there's like a bunch of pictures. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like to read, this guy's for you. This is helpful if you are an artist, if you're a creator, if you want to be an actor, but it's also helpful for people in business. I know my fiance is in business and he enjoyed this book as well. If you're on the road to following your dreams and your goals, or if you're about to get on that road, I highly recommend this for inspiration. I just keep looking back to some of these quotes and different things that were said in this, and I find it really inspiring. Another thing, especially if you're one of those people that has had this goal or this dream for a while, and it feels like it's might have flatlined and you want to spark something with your creativity, the reason I recommend both of these books is that they're not just for creatives, they're also for business people, and they just kind of juggle the way that you think. So I highly recommend both of them. This one is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. There's a bunch of different activities to do in here. These books are both the kind of books that I go back to. They're not one of those one-time read things and then get rid of it type of a book. They're one of those books that you want to go back to. I go back to this one a lot. I only go back to this one about once a year. It's a full workbook, and it's really, really great. I highly recommend this one as well. They're both pretty easy to get your hands on. I think you can get them at like Barnes & Noble or Amazon and all that kind of stuff. Number 6 is to manifest your dreams. If you've never heard of the law of attraction, I highly, highly recommend doing so. My fiance and I found out about the law of attraction right before we moved to LA. And oh my gosh, it has changed our lives so much. Different ways you can research about it, obviously Google, or you can look it up on YouTube. But there's also a documentary. It's like kind of old and kind of cheesy, but just roll with it. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on Netflix anymore. There's a book. It's about this size as well. It's like a quick read. It's really short. And then also I like to get on Pinterest and just type in the law of attraction, and there will be blurbs from the book on there, and it just kind of is inspiring. But I highly recommend looking into people that practice the law of attraction. It'll make you really intrigued, I'm sure. Like Oprah, for example, or Denzel Washington, all of these really well-known people. I believe Ellen does as well. Jackie Ina, a big YouTuber, The Gabby Show. There's just all kinds of big, successful YouTubers and people in the world that follow the law of attraction, so just kind of listening to them is really great. Jim Carrey, Will Smith, the list goes on. So if you want to know how people are like skyrocketing their success, it is the law of attraction and God as well. So if you have not heard of the law of attraction, you're welcome. It will change your life, and take it seriously, because I know at the beginning I was kind of like, but no, it's legit. It's legit. If you just look at the success stories, you're just going to be like, anyway, and the last thing, I was actually going to be done at number 6, but number 7 is courtesy of my fiance. I asked him if he had any tips he wanted to throw out there, and his were to set micro dreams along the way. So even though you have your one big goal, you need to be setting smaller goals, and once you compile all of these smaller goals, they will hopefully bring you to the one big goal. So one last thing, I guess I'll add on to number 7, this will be number 8. One last thing is to not be too hard on yourself, especially if you're in a new place. Give yourself time to just kind of take everything in. I mean, in LA, the finances were just like 180. Just because you move to a new place to pursue your dreams doesn't mean that it hurts you to take a full-time job for 6 months to make sure you're on your feet. I know a lot of people do like the waiter job here and then pursue their dreams at the same time, which is fine, but I do recommend sacrificing to make sure you're financially stable, especially in a place like LA or New York, or just a place that's much more expensive than what you're used to. I did that, and I highly recommend doing it. I had 5 roommates move from their hometowns to LA and then back to their hometown in less than a year. So, and I saw the difference between things they were doing and things that they weren't doing. So I highly recommend, biting the bullet and sacrificing. The difference is, are you here to try out your dreams, or are you here to make a life? My fiance and I are here to make a life. We want to live in LA for a very long time. We didn't just try it out. If you're going into your dreams with the mindset of, I'm going to try it out, it's probably not going to end well, because you're mentally putting out into the world, you're trying it out. It's temporary, which if you research the law of attraction, it'll kind of go hand in hand with what I just said, what you're putting out into the universe. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for everyone, and I wish y'all the best of luck with following your dreams and setting your goals. If you have any questions, just drop them in a comment down below, and please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all next time.